Ladies and gentlemen, the program you're about to hear is in English, a language that was, is, and must be spoken in this beautiful land, the United States of America. This is about my personal view, why I like Donald Trump, why I like Donald Trump. The program is going to be recorded. You're going to hear it afterwards. This is my introduction live since some of my fans wanted to see me via Ustream live. So here I am. This is the way I look. This is the way my programs are made or pre-recorded. I have a very, very important meeting after my introduction, so I must leave you later and you will hear the whole recording, okay? So, this is about my personal view, like I said, why I like Donald Trump. Since I arrived in this beautiful country in the early 60s, to have a good education and prosperity in the early 60s, nothing has failed me since then. I have achieved what I wanted. Not easy, not easy, but challenging. I had great jobs. I worked for Hughes Aircraft, NASA Satellite Division Subsystems, studied journalism, produced some documentary films, and now I have a great entertainment company, VP Entertainment, LLC, in Hollywood. In the 60s, Los Angeles and the country had a wonderful people, smiling everywhere, with plenty of jobs for everybody. You could pay your monthly house rent with one weekly paycheck. Without going back through history and to make it very short for you to understand, I just want to mention since back in the 70s with the refugee and amnesty programs started for refugees from Central America and later from all over the world, the country has gone bad, has gone kaput. So many immigrants coming here, legal and illegal way. Nobody, mainly foreigners, respected the laws, the authorities. Social services and government jobs have gone bad. Courtesy and respect are gone. People have come to this country to continue their bad habits and customs, and without learning the American system, they became aggressive and even wanted to have a piece of their country here in this beautiful land. I would say, if that's what you want, why did you come to the USA? Why don't you go back to your country? If you miss it so much, if you don't want to learn the system here, if you don't want to share discreetly and respectfully your customs with other ethnicities, why don't you go back? If you don't have a good job, why don't you go back? You come to this country to learn, to progress, to bring your family maybe and give them a good life, not to be the same as you were or are or were, whatever you want to put it, back in your country. I see the Latino society going mad and poor every day. Some young ones to commit crimes, cheat the legal system and disobey the law. So don't start crying and think all Latinos are or foreigners are the same, okay? Don't come and tell me now, oh yeah, you're a Latino and wah, 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 wah. Don't be a crying baby. Not all of them are alike. I know very successful Latinos. I know lots of them in my business. All are great. Nobody complains. But the ones that are complaining and making noise about everybody, about everything, are the ones that don't speak English, don't have their papers as they should. So, again, don't come with that crying stuff. There are many good ones, but the bad ones are the ones that are making me look bad as a Latino. Now, having said that, my tiny comment, all of a sudden a successful, conservative, and most of all
Caesar. Love them back with delicious recipes like New Home Delights.
patriotic human being arrives. Donald J. Trump, a man that has made a fortune out of nothing, $1 million loan from his father, almost nothing. But look what he did. Look what he did. A picture, they say, is worth a million words or something like that. Look what he did. Listen to what he says. Study the man. Don't just criticize and repeat like pericos, like parrots, and you don't like him. If you are disobedient in your home, if you don't mind your parents, the authorities, and you're going to be just like a a loser, of course you're not going to like somebody that comes and wants to make things right, make you see that you should respect the law, discipline. You're not going to like that. So what happens? You criticize a good man. I'm not going to talk about politics this time. This is just an introduction so you can understand my point of view. I'm not a political person. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just an independent, I would say. But I do know the difference between the bad and the good. And what I follow are the good ones. The bad ones, there are lots around. I don't even look at them because they don't want to learn. They don't want to take advantage of the prosperity of this country, or they don't want to make themselves prosper. So those are the ones that are complaining most of all. Most of all. So, like I said, all of a sudden comes a patriotic man, Donald Trump. Reminds me very much of Harry Truman. Those that were born then would remember. If not, go to the library and study who Harry Truman is. Reminds me of Donald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, I mean. General Patton. He wants to put order in this house and bring the great America back again. And you don't like that? I loved it when I came here. I study, work, got my family here. I'm enjoying life to the fullest. What's wrong? What's wrong? Would I go back to my country? No way. This is my country, and I must defend it with all my mighty power. I have a very important meeting this afternoon, and I have to leave you because I have to close some deals good for my company. So you can hear my program now in KledLive.com after I'm done. Rebroadcasted, and if you have any intelligent comments or want to write me, do so sending me an email to leoventosilla at K. Remember, you can always be my guest if you call me or visit www.KledLive.com and make an appointment. We'll talk about it here with respect and intelligence. If you are dummy, please don't even visit me. So having said that, I have to leave you